Say goodbye to Belfast, brother. You need to get back to charming.
Well, back, guys, to Fog Entertainment, episode 11, season 3. And we're going to hit you with 3 facts.
About this episode.
Fact 1. Last appearance of the Ashbys. Hard to believe, but it is.
Literally the last appearance for one of them, that's for sure.
Literally. See, if Trinity wanted to, she could be called Trinity Teller.
Trinity. Might be a bad name there, Trinity Teller.
Teller Trinity. Fact number 2.
TT.
Bainne means milk in Irish. Obviously, this is reference to like one of the opening scenes where Trinity is sorting out the milk. And in fact 3, last appearance of Samcro in Ireland. Now, we will see numerous more appearances of Belfast, but Samcro aren't there, so yeah.
Aye.
Even though Chibs makes a promise later on in the episode, even though it's only in the extended version, that he would come back every couple of months, I don't think he lived up to his end of the bargain.
No, that promise fell on deaf ears. We never even see him later on in the show when absence. You're like, oh, where's Chibs? Oh, he's back in Belfast.
You know what? I'll get into the extended scenes at the end, but for what we've seen, we're just going to review that right now.
Yeah. Now let's get into the episode. At the moment, we have Liam O'Neill and we have McGee laying low, brother, because they're both dead, so they're very low at the moment.
Who's going to add to the body count, brother?
They're laying low.
Laying low, brother.
And you know what? Because they were both dead, we thought, well, that's it. Sheamus is going to stand up this episode and be counted and take the reins of Sam Bell, but that didn't really happen.
No, it really did not happen.
It's probably the episode where we didn't get Sheamus. I don't even remember seeing him.
No, I don't think we did.
That's embarrassing.
I think Clay's like, we'll let them know.
So just me, as soon as McGee and O'Neill were done, they're like, that's it, Sam Bell doesn't matter anymore.
But yeah, exactly. It's just, come on, man, Sam Bell, got to keep this charter going.
I do believe the fact that we are in Belfast, like, I think Sam Bell and Sheamus should have upped their game here, and especially when Jax is talking about like the Europa Hotel and he doesn't really know what it is and he's asking Trinity what it is. I mean, can't he be asking...
Well, see, right, that's extended stuff, but you know what, let's just talk about the extended stuff. So see at the actual start of this episode, you have the actual extended version is, what's Silver Agent Tyler saying to Stall about she just received the fax that Tara's MIA, which makes sense because when you actually see it, Stall just out of the blue shows up at Unser's office and it's like, oh, Tara's MIA. Which I actually like. Everything they included extended wise here made sense to me.
Could it be like that for maybe when Kurt Sutter was doing Sons, they had more of like a permanent kind of time slot where they didn't really want to overrun the episodes, and it just maybe got to a time where when he'd finished the episodes, he looked back and he had to cut some scenes.
It could be, but for me, some of these scenes are actually pretty crucial.
No, but when you look at Sons of Anarchy, most episodes are round about the same length. It's not like the Mayans, where the Mayans is very weird. It's like you'll get like a 42-minute episode. Next episode might last like an hour 17. You didn't really get that with Sons. Like mainly, it was like the same consistent sort of time episodes.
No, you're right. Jax, though, he does talk to Stall. And he talks about the fact that the IRA Council have marked Jimmy for death. She's like, if Jimmy O dies, then so does our deal. He's like, I'll do my best to do what I can, brother. We then cut to him and Trinity. She's like, I nearly shagged my brother. And he's like, you say that like it's a bad thing.
Yeah, Trinity was definitely annoyed here.
Jax wasn't.
Yeah, she never got on the Taylor train.
I think they should.
Probably because it was a downgrade for Jax.
I think they should probably both be annoyed. I don't think maybe not annoyed's the right term. Maybe more a bit disgusted. I understand a bit of banter, like, but see at the end of the day, it's a bit fucking weird, and Jax is just playing it off as if it's nothing.
I know, but if they don't know each other, is it really that weird?
Yeah, I'd argue he's not
taking...
She's taking it too bad, and he's not taking it bad enough. I feel like there needs to be some middle ground.
It'd be a bit weird if they fucking grew up 20 years together, brother and sister, then it happened, you know, but they didn't have any knowledge.
Unforgivable. I don't really see what you could... Sorry. Anyway, right, we cut back to Charming. We see Unser. Unser is woke up by Egley, which is very weird here, because is Unser just sleeping in his office now, like a bum?
Yeah, and why is Egley breaking into his office?
Like, sorry, Chief, I was going to check the computer. What, do you not have a computer of your own?
Well, small time Charming PD.
What about Hale's fucking office?
Why does Unser even need a computer? He doesn't do any cop work anyway. What's he going to do?
See this whole gimmick that Juice is like the computers guy? It's Unser.
Does Unser log into Craigslist and see if the Sons are setting up a meet or something? I mean, come on.
That's what he has to do now. He's been excommunicated. But she says that City Council held a meeting. And guess what? Charming PD's been scrapped. He's like,
They are no more.
He's like, what the fuck is going on here? And then whatever power I got left. He drags big Jacob Hale in. Jacob Hale looks half dead here. He's like,
Well, he did literally just get woke up at his bed.
no, he did. So I think it's actually a good part for like the actors to make it look like this.
Tell me, Unser, why you're dragging me out of my bed at this time?
Lumpy Feldstein's dead. He's like, sorry to hear that. Jacob Hale does not have a good poker face. I'm going to say that.
Well, let's be honest. See if Jacob Hale wasn't responsible for his death, he'd be like, and who gives a fuck? Why you waking me up to bring me in to tell me that?
Yeah.
Like, I think the fact that Jacob Hale was a bit understanding and not pissed off after that kind of makes you realise, well, maybe he did have something to do with it. And Unser's not dumb. Unser knows. Didn't outright accuse him, but I think Unser knows it.
Yeah, and when Unser says to him about this, Hale's like, and you wonder why the vote was unanimous. It's almost like a case of, here, I always knew you were going to back the Suns, Unser. You're a dumb bastard for even fucking siding me for 3 seconds.
Well, was Unser not kind of dumb as well for siding with Hale? Because Hale jobbed him out.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I just said.
No, you said Hale said to Unser, you're a dumb bastard. I always knew you were going to side with the Suns.
No, I'm saying... I think you've just glossed over what I've meant.
No, that is literally what you said word for word. If you want to debate it.
It's not what I said word for word.
Alright, okay.
Does it really matter?
Repeat what you meant.
See, no, my point is, right, see Unser.
Right.
Hale feud it is that he was always going to side with the Suns.
Right, that's exactly what I said.
Right?
I said you said that, yep, you did say it. You've just admitted you said it, okay.
And Unser has gave him the ammunition that he needs by coming out and saying this. So it makes Unser's a dumb bastard. He should never have sided with Hale, because Hale was never going to do what was right. He was always going to do what fucking helped him. I
agree. We're on the same page.
That's alright then. That's alright. Fine.
Oh, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Jimmy tells Donnie he wants to deal with the Russians. Anyway, right, Sean Casey, this guy's been hyped up.
You never helped me, it was unanimous.
Exactly, fuck you. Right, Sean Casey, right, this guy's hyped up. It's like this big, tough, torturing bastard, right? And yet...
Yeah, Donnie took him to the dentist. Dentist Donnie.
I'm not saying getting a couple of teeth removed, right? It's not like, But this guy's like held in high regard here in Belfast for some reason.
Oh no, hold on. He's held in high regard as a torturer, maybe not as a torturee.
Alright, fair enough, but my point is, he actually just gave away the locations here.
Look, I'm sure there's a lot of fucking wimp-ass people out there that are psychotic and would love to torture people, but at the slightest bit of pain or whatever, they'd probably fold like a deck of cards.
But you're led to believe this guy's loyal to the cause, and that Father Ashby and he fuck his arse went. Look at Bobby in season 7. Enough said. Anyway, Clay and the Sons arrive at this location. They discover Sean Casey's body. Look up Sean. Sean's dead, and I like the visual of the blood splatting all over the Christ.
True, but he never gave up Father Ashby. That's all we'll say.
He gave up Fee and Carrie Ann, brother. Which Chib's not fit. The portage
No, he didn't give them up either.
He did.
He didn't. He gave up the location of Abel.
Yeah, but Chibs thinks he did. And she was like, the poor bastard, he's gave up. And it's like, we don't know that.
No, you said he gave up, he didn't.
I know he didn't. He gave up the location of the hotel.
Alright, so why you said he gave up Carrie Ann?
Because I'm speaking from Chibs' perspective.
Oh, alright. Oh.
Right. I'm talking about when they burst in. What good's me saying here to get the location of that? I'm talking about fucking Chibs thinks.
The only point I'm trying to make is, maybe if it was regarding Father Ashby, he would have had to pull a few more teeth out before.
Potentially,
Casey gave them up. But maybe Casey doesn't really give a shit about Jack, so therefore he's like, I don't want to lose all my entire teeth, so I'm just going to give up his son.
Fair enough. Jackson, Gemma and Opie arrive at the Black Market Orphanage, and in the extended version, they actually talk to the guy, the only guy in the building, outside for a couple of seconds. He's like, are you Jackson Teller? And Jack's like, I'm Jackson Teller. So he walks in. And actually, for this part, I enjoyed this scene because it showed Gemma was going to go to the extra level of pointing a gun at a kid. But I feel like Jax kind of just took these people's word. And then that was it. He was on to walk.
Well, I suppose if they're lying, they can just come back.
I guess. I don't know. I felt it was a wee bit shady, but he said the Europa Hotel. Then, right, and then in the extended version, they show back up at Sam Bell. You've got Trinity talking to a Sam Bell member, right? So, why is this getting took out? I'm not saying this scene, right? But Jack's saying, do you know where the Europa Hotel is? And she gives him the location.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Because Jax ain't going to know where the Europa Hotel is.
I would rather see Seamus give him it. It's like, oh, brother, I know what that is. I'll take you to it, brother. Get on my bike.
I want to go alone.
You can ride my back.
I want to go alone.
You can ride my back, brother. You know.
But see, scenes I don't understand where this get took out. It's giving you more development here between Jax and Trinity.
I know.
And she's actually To me, this is her helping him get Abel back, giving him a location where it is.
If I help you get your son back, brother, will you shag me, brother? Come on, brother.
Do it for me, brother. Do it for me, brother.
Yeah.
Right, anyway, Jack shows up at Europa Hotel. He gets out the file. He recognises the couple. They head to the markets around the corner. I mean, there's no real say around the corner.
Tell you what, I've walked past this markets a shitload of times, but I've never actually walked in it. Because it's an IRA shithole.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Brother. Right, Jax watches as Abel...
Dirty Republican bastard.
He said dirty loyalist bastard.
Aye, but I'm saying that the market's full of the other ones.
Alright, the other ones, fair enough.
Like, if you know, you know, guys. If you don't, then you don't have a fucking clue what I'm talking about, so let's just move on. Yeah, let's move on.
Jax had the opportunity here to grab Abel. He doesn't grab Abel.
He didn't take it. He thought, you know what? Look at this nice couple. Look at this guy. Probably has a decent job. Probably is a doctor or something like that. Or maybe he drives a shitey bus around Belfast. But the point being is, he isn't a scumbag like me that kills and tortures people and, you know, sleeps with 200 women every different week. So I'm going to let my son Abel be brought up by good parents. But this didn't go down too well with Gemma,
Nope.
of course, who's like, what are you going to tell your son? And there you go. Gemma's promised to Tara about not telling Jax, saying this was Tara's decision. Gemma breaks that promise.
I feel like she had to, though. Like, what?
I feel like Jax should have known in the first place. I don't think it Gemma's right to promise Tara that she wouldn't tell Jax anything here. I can't believe Gemma was even contemplating, like, being quiet here.
I understand that, but at the same time...
She was willing to let Tara abort her grandchild without Jax having any knowledge or input. How's that right? That doesn't seem like Gemma to me. That's a reason to stick a pitchfork in the back of her head. In fact, she's willing to terminate your kid. But I mean, we could be doing it could be a lefty show with like, abortion's great.
Maybe because Gemma's manipulation is that good, she knew Tara wasn't going to go through it, even though she was pretty close to going through it. Anyway, though, Father Ashby turns up. She's like, "What the hell did you say to him?" And then it's not looking good here because when the Sons arrive, we've got Clay and the gang, etc. They're like, they tortured him for information. Sean Casey's dead. Just Clay has no filter here. He just says Sean Casey's dead.
Yeah, Sean Casey's like a son to Father Ashby, but you know, Clay's not.
He's killed his fair share of people. And then Jack's like, quickly, the Europa Hotel. We all arrive at the Europa Hotel, but guess what? Mark and Katie are dead. And Jimmy has stolen Abel. Damn it. With cut back to Charming, we have Stahl, Agent Tyler, and Unser teaming up here to work with the Sons, damn it, to bring back Tara. Thoughts on this alliance?
I mean, it makes sense because Stahl knows that she wants to get this Jimmy O'Fallon deal and taking this responsibility, keeping Tara safe, I guess, keeps Jax freed up to focus on getting Jimmy also. It's not like Stahl's doing this out of the goodness of her heart. It's not like she's like, oh, I don't want to see another innocent woman die partly because of me or whatever. It's like, well, maybe not necessarily because of her, but it's not like she was trying to save Tara here because she's a nice
She's trying
person.
to keep Jax on track.
Yes.
That's exactly what it is. In the extended version, we do get a scene where Jax is like sitting beside the fire, which is the thumbnail of this video. I thought I'd make it that because people haven't seen it before, probably. Where he's sitting beside the fire, Gemma comes out and says that the words of John in his manuscript was not him, it was his guilt talking. Jax is like, shut up. I'm done listening to John. I'm done listening to the dead people.
The dead people. There you go. Jax Taylor wouldn't do too good in The Walking Dead, would he?
He wouldn't.
Maybe he would, actually, because he doesn't acknowledge the dead.
Father Ashby then pulls up. That's what I like about this scene. There's like continuity here with like travel. Because in the version we watched on Disney, you literally just cut to the scene where Father Ashby's talking to them at the chapel. But here we see him turn up.
Do you know what film Father Ashby and Chibs have been in together?
Braveheart.
Boom.
I knew that.
Wee trivia there. I don't think you knew it until a couple weeks ago, though.
No,
I'm pretty sure I brought it up and you
did.
wanted to shoot. Well, I'll watch our old reviews because I know.
I knew he was in Braveheart. I knew Chibs was in Braveheart. We just didn't know his actor's name. Alright, big man. Know your role and shut your mouth. But
Who did he play then in Braveheart?
it was the guy's father. That's the problem.
Fuck Hamish. Aye, okay.
That was the problem. We couldn't. I remember that now. Anyway, right.
Done his homework.
I've done my homework. Father Ashby turns around and says, alright, he will give you Abel in exchange for his freedom. They're meeting at a county down airfield, damn it. And at this point, Clay sits up. He's like, "Are you serious? You say you're trying to help this family?" Jack's like, "No, it's not his fault. It's my fault. But don't you pretend for a second you're trying to help this family. Big man, you're not doing that. I'm done listening to Dead Man."
Clay's been pretty laid back this entire Belfast arc, but now we seen him get... He was furious here. It was almost like...
He wasn't really furious with McGee at any point, was he? The only time he was a bit was he was like, "You said McGee, O'Neill was on board."
Yeah, even when he found out McGee was like the rat or whatever, he was more disappointed.
Well, I guess, yeah. I guess that shows more he cares.
But he did get excited when they had to sit down with IRA.
Oh, no, he did.
Very excited. See when they talked about the guns and we'll give you availability to all our ranges. And
what I like about this
Christmas
scene, though,
tree
it's
nice
like
little.
things became like full circle. Obviously, you know about John Taylor going to Belfast to try and get them out of guns and all that things before his death. But here it's like Jax is getting Abel back at the expense of
getting further into guns.
Yeah, and I like this scene. You've got Clay puffing on the cigar, happy, smug as a pig in shit, and Jax is like sitting there thinking like, "Fuck this. This is just worse."
Yeah, I don't think Jax necessarily wanted it, but his main priority was getting...
But it's all about the facial expressions, right? The fucking acting's on point, and obviously this agreement leads them to getting in bed with the Glendale cartel, which, you know, guys, didn't exactly...
But it had to be done to get his son back, so...
Yeah,
you know.
but this didn't end very well, let's be real about it. Back to the task force of trying to get Tara back. They dump the money off in a bin. Now, in the extended version, we do get a scene where Kozik wishes Tig good luck. He's like, "Good luck, Tiggy," and Tig, like, you know, nods in approval. I like that. I don't understand why that's removed, because that shows here that these two are getting better in relationship.
But maybe they didn't want to show that, you know?
No, I think they did. I think you could, because when the Suns return for Belfast, Clay's like, "Looks like those two are getting along well," and everyone thinks
Very true, actually.
and everyone thinks Tig's going to vote yes.
He still votes no. Oh, spoiler! Which way
So
will Tig
I don't
vote?
get why this scene was removed. Now, will I admit it was a wee bit filler, but I feel like all the extended stuff had something in it, and especially a scene later on. Anyway,
I suppose if you're watching the DVD version, then you maybe get it.
I think it is Nick's DVD version. Tara goes to the toilet. Louisa gets a phone call for Salazar. It's like, "It was a raid. The FBI are involved, amigo." So Louisa's like, "Lying putas." She busts in the door. Tara slits her throat. She's now bleeding out in the bathroom. Tara then makes a deal with Salazar. "I will save her if you agree to let Margaret go." So Margaret's went free, but Tara is not free. She is tasked with saving Louisa, amigo. Anyway, though, back to Belfast we go at this point. We have got the exchange point. We have got Father Ashby with Jax. We've got Jimmy and Donnie.
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 It's Donnie. You're thinking of the wrong series.
No, Dondo.
And held on.
No, there's no Dondo in this. That's
No, Dondo's the guy who minds.
Aye, but Dondo's also a character in this.
Who? Name him.
What's the guy? What's the guy that's in Baywatch?
Oh, fuck off, him.
Aye, he's called Dondo.
The Kurt.
What's his name?
Cliff Travis.
Travis.
David Hasselhoff. David Hasselhoff. That's it. David Hasselhoff.
Hasselhoff.
I don't fucking know. That's the German version.
That's his name, though, Dondo.
Well.
I plucked. Yeah, who is better, that Dondo or mine's Dondo?
Give me the porn star.
I want to see Georgie dead. That guy, I want to see him, right? But at this point, Jimmy gives Abel back to Jax. Good wee reunion here. He's like, "If it was up to me, Jax, I'd have given him back to you. It was the priest that was keeping him from his dad." And then Father Ashby like...
Yeah, that's true.
No, yeah.
You can't actually say that's not true, because Jimmy didn't even agree with keeping Abel away from Jax, and he didn't want Abel to be in Belfast because he knew it was going to bring the Suns, so... I mean,
exactly, no, this is true. And then Father Ashby takes like 2 steps towards like Donnie, and Jack's like, "What are you doing?" He's like... And then Jimmy goes, "Get out of the country. We're gonna need a sacrificial limb, brother. A hostage."
Jax tells Ashby, "You know they're going to kill you, right?"
Well, no fucking shit, Jax. What do you think they're gonna do? Play Kumbaya? Play the banjo? Come on, man.
Why though? Didn't necessarily need to kill him. No?
I guess they don't need to kill him.
Is there any actual proof that they ever do kill him? Did we ever get it confirmed?
Yeah, because like Galen has a beef with Jax. Like, you got a man of God killed Jackson.
Oh, true. That's true, actually. Good spot there.
Yeah, I am the man. Right, nothing's gonna go past my
All right,
nose.
but did Jimmy O need to kill him?
He didn't need to kill him, but I guess you could say the beef that they've had.
I wonder what Galen thought of Jimmy O.
Jimmy was dead.
I know, but I wonder what he thought of him.
Well, when Jax brings up Jimmy O in conversation with Galen, it's more like a comparison rather than like that guy was a bastard.
Galen was a great character. I wish Galen was around in this story arc.
Where was Galen?
Huh?
Where was he?
I don't know. Maybe he was on holiday, California.
California, boys. Right, and then after this scene, right, we've got an extended version of where we've got Juice playing cards with Trinity and Carrie Ann. Chibs walks in, and I think this scene's quite important in my opinion because you get Chibs like hugging Juice. He's like, "Oh, I love you, brother. Thanks for looking out for my family." And I feel like this elevates the relationship between Chibs and Juice.
Yeah.
Maybe. I feel like I don't see why this, even to this point, I don't see why the scene was deleted because this to me shows that like Juice and Chibs are getting even closer. And obviously, I mean, later down the line, things take a turn for the worst. And then we get
up until this point, I never felt like Chibs and Juice were that close. Like,
well, I think in season 1 you always seen them like drinking together, and Clay turned up. He's like, "That was aimed at you, shithead." I think they were always close, but I feel like this cemented it, and I don't see why it was deleted. Then even this next scene where Chibs talks to his family about, like, Jimmy will never be back in the 6 counties or safe. I'm not going to ask you to leave, but what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and come over and visit you every couple of months because damn it, I love you. And then they hug and like the book, like they're all crying. Why is that deleted?
probably because Chibs ain't a man of his word.
No, let's be real though. I don't get why this is deleted.
But when you think, I mean, he doesn't come back, so maybe it's better off being deleted.
Well, I mean, right. He doesn't come back, right? We have a 14-month time skip at the end of this year. Maybe he went back. We don't know, right? And then from like season 5 to season 7, not much time passes. There's no reason to suggest he hasn't been back. And let's be real,
Chibs isn't one of the ones that's doing time.
no, but this gives closure. I don't see why they delete it. And I'm not going to bury the show because it is included, just not in some versions. So in timeline, it makes sense.
And once Jimmy O's dead, can they not, like, I don't know, can keep Fiona not come and visit Chib?
It just makes sense though for us to see this scene because without this, you just get the illusion that he never even said goodbye to his family. So I was a fan of this scene. It should have been included personally, even though it was included. If you get what I'm saying. Then we have like the final farewell for Belfast. They're all celebrating, drinking because they got Abel back, brother. Oh yeah. Then we're walking down the stairs. Bobby receives a phone call. He thinks it's Oswald's guy, but it's no Oswald guy. It's Tig. Oh no.
It's for you, Jax. You want to hear this?
Bad news, brother. And then Jax is like, what? And then it fades to black. Obviously, Tara's not dead, guys. Come on, man. We're dragging that out to the next episode. Also, big point, Maureen Ashby slid a stack of letters for JT into Jax's duffel bag.
Those letters, pretty much alongside the cartel deal or the downfall of the club.
Goddamn right, guys. But for this episode, it's a weird one. I don't really want to factor the extended scenes in, but they definitely improve my rating of the episode.
Yeah, they do. I mean, let's talk a little bit about the letters. So, without the letters, obviously the cartel deal was bad for the Sons, but
Piney doesn't have leverage over Clay.
So I mean, Clay ain't going to end and Clay wouldn't kill Piney
without serious leverage.
Yeah, so it's like then Opie doesn't try and get revenge on Clay. They don't blame that on Black. Therefore, Tig doesn't kill Damon Pope's daughter. Sorry for the spoilers here, guys, but those letters, Maureen Ashby's got a lot to fucking answer for.
And, you know, probably it just leads to everything.
Those letters lead to the end of the club, essentially, so, yeah.
You're goddamn right, guys.
Also leads to Jax's rise to power, though, doesn't it?
I guess so. Quote of the episode, we give it to Jax Teller. I'm done listening to Dead Men. MVP, we gave it to Jax Teller. It was a very Jax-centered episode, which I've no real problems about.
I mean, it was focusing on Jax trying to get his son back, so I guess it makes perfect sense.
We saw a range of emotions, but sadly, guys, that is the end of the Belfast episodes. I am going to give it... What do you give it? I'm going to get an 8.
I'm going to get a 7.
Fair enough. I was going to give it a 7, but seeing these extended scenes...
Well, then that's fair, in my opinion, a 7.5. There you go, we're bang in the middle.
Because
you think it's a 7 without, but an 8 with.
Yeah.
So therefore, 7.5.
But no, because I just feel like it added so much more to, like, even Sam Bell, and just seeing Chibs get that development. Like, a bit of closure on that arc.
Is there any deleted scenes with the likes of Geezer and shit?
I actually went back and scrolled through episode 8, 9, and 10, and I didn't see any deleted scenes.
Damn.
But
Sam Bell, bring it back.
I know
Fuck
for
it.
a fact that there's a lot of deleted scenes in 4 and 5. Like a lot of deleted scenes.
Would you take Sam Bell spin-off?
Of course I would, brother.
Of course I would, brother. You heard it there first. Anyway, guys, that's it.
7.5 out of 10. We're back in Charming. But until next time,
We'll be back tomorrow for episode 12.
peace.